Hi everyone, I hope you well. This is CoinsKid, just coming on to Bitcoin. We've got the CoinsKid crew. So at the moment, BitGet, and I've got an amazing little offer for the CoinsKid crew. Deposit to earn $8,000 basically. So complete your first deposit and transfer it into a USD futures account, and you could receive up to $8,000 as a little bonus there from BitGet, okay? So I think that competition is running for a few weeks. So please definitely take advantage of that. The link is in each and every single video description, okay? So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see. So looking at the daily time frame for Bitcoin, then what we have got here at the moment is some kind of falling channel that's getting really tight, isn't it? So, you know, I do tend to look for 5 waves, counter the 5 waves, something I've taught you, okay? So as this began to come down, we've got the 1, we've got the 2, we've got the 3, we've got this 4, and boom, we're putting that final 5th wave. So this, for me, qualifies as a beautiful entry point, you know, for spot positions and long positions. It's not bullshit, it's not opium. I've shown you this so many times. I love to counter the 5 waves, okay? And it works out relatively well, okay? So this is why at this point here, I'm accumulating Bitcoin and opening some long positions as well. Obviously with really tight stop loss, but obviously you ain't got to do the same as me. It's entirely up to you what you want to do, but this is basically, you know, trading the ranges, isn't it? And this is something we do on the channel. So these falling channels, in my opinion, if you can spot them, you know, for me they're bullish basically, you know. So right now we're coming back, getting tight. We break this white line, and this is something you could wait for, and this is something we've traded in the past many times. If we break this white line, okay, I would actually definitely be looking to increase my long positions and then equally put my stop loss on the swing low. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm looking at right now as a potential setup for Bitcoin over the next sort of few weeks here when people are really bearish. And obviously this can go against us. This is why, you know, you always apply stop loss, and right now this is exactly what I'm doing. So from here there's a bit of confluence lining up at the moment here for Bitcoin, that we are looking at some kind of breakout relatively soon. I'm going to show you why, okay? So if you remember, and you've been with the channel for a very long time, you know, we've traded these sort of ranges and these flags many times, you know. Just there we've got this big rising wedge, broke down, confirmed resistance, boom, we went short with a life savings, and we rode that short all the way down to my target, which was the swing low way back there in 2021. It was an amazing trade, but in the process what we did was creating this falling channel again, and at this point here I was building long positions with my stop loss on the swing low just there, and then boom, we broke out and we rode a 1618 up. Do you remember that? It was a beautiful 1618 target from here all the way up to that high. Look at that, 1618, like an absolute boss. It was a huge trade, okay? And I remember when we broke out here, from this point here where we did get the breakout of this trend line, we broke out and it was a massive trade, around about 46% long opportunity. Then at that point what we did, we came back in this big ABC correction, this falling channel, pretty much like what we've got right now. And I remember saying to you at the time, go long with your stop loss on that swing low. We get the break, we're looking at a massive trade, a minimal 1618 target, and that's exactly what we got. It was a beautiful trade for the CoinsKid crew. You know, 1618 is an absolute boss. I know it went a little bit further and everyone were telling me off, but I took profit at that point. 1618, it was a beautiful trade, okay? And this is what we do. Equally just here, we've got the rising channel in a downtrend, so we were retracing back to where we came from. When we lost this support just there, this is where we went short and we carried out this technical target, okay? It was beautiful. I actually closed my short at the bottom once we lost this support, okay? And it carried on going. But anyway, you know, these flags that come up are bearish, and these flags that go down are technically bullish. You know, if we take a look at the charts, it's not bullshit, it's not hopium. In an uptrend, when we come back in a flag, we break out, we trade them. Break out, we trade them, okay? Just there, another little flag, some kind of correction coming back, broke it, see you later, alligator, off to the races. So right now, you know, Bitcoin is doing effectively what it's done in previous bull markets, where you come up the stairs, you get little flags, you break out, come up the stairs, come back in little flags, and you break out. Now this one here, this was actually a descending triangle. Let me show you, okay? So I know a lot of people are looking at this particular scenario that we're at right now in comparison to this local top, but what we did get here for Bitcoin was a very bearish pattern, and it's a descending triangle, because what you've got is a horizontal level of support, and then it's descending level of resistance, and then eventually broke down, confirmed resistance, and then dropped like a stone, okay, for Bitcoin. So, you know, falling channels, in my opinion, just like we've got one just there, see that little tight falling channel just there, little channel coming back, boom, see you later. They're bullish reversal patterns, okay? So it's technical analysis, it's not bullshit, it's not hopium, it's just little patterns that are spot now and again. I think if we take a look, we've got a little falling channel within this channel as well, just there for Bitcoin. You've got this little falling channel just there, coming back, everyone's getting really bearish. You still made a higher low, and then boom, you broke into the resistance trend line. So again, we're sort of doing the same, but on a bigger scale. We'll get this really falling, tightening channel just there. So I'm looking for Bitcoin, I'm looking for it to hold that low, I'm looking for it to come up, create a high low here, and then pop towards this level of resistance and that green trend line at least, okay? okay? So what's the confluence at the minute with Bitcoin and this breakout that I think is coming for Bitcoin when people are really, really bearish on crypto, okay? So obviously the confluence is in the DXY right now, that this is the bottom for Bitcoin, and right now we're coming up into resistance, we're tracing, just like we did here, you know, we come up into resistance, we trace, got really, really squeaky bum time, held the low, and we broke this resistance and put in the 1618, which I've shown you in an earlier part of the video. So right now, if this is the bottom, which it absolutely could be, and this is why I'm accumulating Bitcoin at these prices, just here, if this is the bottom and that's the high, then the next 1618 target, which is my minimal target for you, will be a good area to take profit on this long position that's potentially building right now for Bitcoin when people are really, really bearish, okay? So that will be my minimal target for you of the next push up for Bitcoin, 35215, and it can come in a heartbeat, just like this came in a heartbeat when everyone was really, really bearish in 2021, in equally July as well. Look at that. So this was the June low, we come up, came back down, we traced to it, getting squeaky bum time, and then we broke, and within a matter of months we was all the way up there on the 1618, and there's a massive trade, you remember? So from here, this low to this high, which is where you're retracing to, as soon as you broke the 1 fib, you was up there on the 1618 like an absolute boss, and it was a big, big trade, okay? So if we move to the right, we're looking at something very, very similar right now. We're coming back in this channel, it's getting really nasty, really boring, but if we start to break this resistance, this white trend line, then we could increase the probability of a big 1618 move to 35162, which will be an area where I'll take some profit on that particular long, okay? Equally, what we've got is a little bit of confluence right now that this support just here for Bitcoin that was holding in 2022 and we lost without back testing it as resistance is right now coming up, okay, as a resistance retest just there. So I wish I could grab the video that way back down here when you was doing all this, you're coming up and you're doing this and you're doing this. I said to you that Bitcoin, there's something in the charts just there that tells us that regardless if you drop again or whatever, Bitcoin will come up and at least come up to 35k. I need to try and find the video and the tweets that I did, because look, there's that level of support that we've lost without back testing as resistance on the way down here. And what we're doing right now, we're slowly but surely coming up the stairs trying to get to it. So there's a little bit of confidence stacking up right now that this is the low, because the next target is that resistance retest, okay? So again, no guarantees, but if this support holds right now, we've got this sort of falling channel like this, getting really tight, and we create this reversal pattern down here and begin to break this white trend line here. This is where you could go long on BitGet with that amazing sign up bonus, and put your stop loss on the swing low and then ride this up, because this could be an amazing trade for you once it breaks this resistance. So, you know, just from here right now, you're looking at a potential long opportunity of around about 35% on Bitcoin when people are really, really bearish, okay? So remember, I don't make the rules. It is what it is. It's technical analysis. Obviously, anything can happen. If we break down, we get stopped out. It is what it is. But, you know, I always say that opportunity never feels like opportunity. And this is why, you know, when we see ourselves in these positions like this, I think it's an opportunity when others don't see it, basically. And this is what we try and identify on the channel. So if we break this white trend line, I think we could run relatively hard to 35,162 at a bare minimal, which would be a retest of that support that we lost just there way back in 2022. And it's just a simple resistance retest on the way back up the stairs. I hope you understand that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.